Welcome back to JKPRising to some updates regarding the Dead Space 4 movement, Gunner Wright, and more. Let's get right into it. I started a Dead Space 4 movement because I'm a passionate Dead Space fan that wants to see this amazing ass series echo back into existence. And ever since then, me, Dead Space Universe, and other Dead Space fans have been calling, tweeting, Facebooking, messaging, YouTubing, contacting whatever EA, Visceral Games, and Dead Space themselves, the official Dead Space website, Twitter, whatever. We have been contacting them every single day, and we will not stop. We cannot stop. We got to keep this movement going forward no matter what. Word of mouth is everything. Anyone that has been doing that, I thank you deeply from the bottom of my heart. This is what we need to keep doing to push Dead Space 4 to make this game a reality. So let's keep it up, let's keep pushing, let's not stop. It gets easier as time goes on. The hardest part is right now. Once they notice us, it should get easier from there. I told everyone that I would keep everybody updated on what Gunner Wright is doing in terms of a second interview I wanted to conduct with him and talk about this Dead Space 4 movement. I sent him a message on December 19th and I said the following. Hope all is well on your end along with all your projects. I wanted to let you know that many Dead Space fans and I are going to start a movement in hopes of making Dead Space 4 relevant and echo into existence. We have over 2,700 members on board and soon to be my YouTube channel. We want to spread the word as much as possible. We know Visceral Games is busy with Star Wars, so we have plenty of time to build up this discussion. I was wondering when you have some possible free time if I could invite you onto Skype once more, and if you're up for it, help us promote this movement. If you don't have time, I understand, but if you are interested, please let me know. And he responded on December 24th with the following. Hey James, thank you for the support and email. At this time, I am unable to do any interviews, but please thank the Dead Space community out there for me, and I wish you and your family a very Merry Christmas. That was on December 24th. It's been a couple days. The holidays have kind of ended. New Year's Eve is kind of ended. All that big party commotion is kind of settled down now. So I sent Mr. Gunner Wright another email, and I said this. Hey Gunner, this is James again. Happy New Year. Hope you had a blast. I was wondering if I could interview you again over Skype. Me and many Dead Space fans have started a Dead Space 4 movement, and we'd love to have your input on that and maybe help us push it. Thank you, James. I sent this to him about 20 minutes ago as I'm recording this video, and of course, if Gunner Wright responds to that email, I'll let everyone know what he says. Can you imagine how awesome it would be if we had Gunner Wright, the main voice actor for Isaac Clarke, the main character in the Dead Space franchise, have him help us push Dead Space 4? Well, why stop at Gunner Wright? Why not contact the voice actor for Ellie and Carver, which is exactly what I did. Ellie's voice actor, Sonita Henry, I believe that's how you say her first name, hopefully I didn't butcher it. Hello Sonita, my name is James. I'm a huge fan of your portrayal as Ellie in Dead Space 2 and Dead Space 3. I was wondering if it would be okay if I could interview you over Skype. I have a YouTube channel where I actively cover Dead Space, and many of us have started a movement to get Dead Space 4 into existence. It would be an honor if I could ask you some questions about your involvement with the Dead Space series. I recently interviewed Gunner Wright, and if you want, you can view that here. If you're too busy, I understand, but if you can get back to me, I'd appreciate it. Have a great day. She also has her own website, and I also tweeted at her the same message, so hopefully we get a response. If she does, I'll let everyone know what she says. The voice actor behind Carver, his name is Ricardo Chavira. I hope I don't butcher that, but I sent him a couple tweets as we see on the screen. The first tweet was, hey Ricardo, I'm a huge fan of Dead Space and loved your role as Carver in the third game. I was wondering if I could interview you over Skype and ask some questions about your involvement with Dead Space. I have a YouTube channel with many passionate Dead Space fans who love to see your perspective on the series. We had Gunner Wright on before, so if you could, that be awesome. If not, I understand. If he responds, I'll let everyone know what he says. And for the hell of it, I decided to also reach out to Tanya Clark, who is the voice actor behind Nicole from Dead Space 1 and 2. She was not in Dead Space 3, but I thought I would message her anyway because I feel like this is important. I sent her a couple tweets on Twitter and said the following. Hi Tanya, huge fan of your role as Nicole from Dead Space 1 and 2. I was wondering if I could interview you over Skype. Talk about your involvement with the series. I have a YouTube channel with many passionate Dead Space fans. We recently interviewed Gunner Wright too. If you could make it, that'd be great. If not, I understand. I also reached out to her on her own website and said the following. Hello, my name is James, and this message is directed to Tanya Tanya Clark. I am a huge fan of your role as Nicole from Dead Space 1 and 2. I was wondering if I could interview you over Skype and ask some questions about your involvement with the series. I have a YouTube channel with over 10,000 subscribers and many passionate Dead Space fans. We recently had Gunner Wright on to interview. If you're really busy, I understand, but if you can, please let me know. Thank you and have a great day, James. We can get the voice actors from the Dead Space series into the Dead Space 4 movement. Nothing can stop us. In other news, I'll leave a link below in the description for this article. A website called Charger Online interviewed Gunner Wright himself on January 10th, 2017. Some of the questions I already asked him in my interview, but I will leave the text on the screen so you guys can read it, and I'll read out some of the questions that I did not ask him. Do you hope for a Dead Space 4, or should the series be left where it is? I still think there is a lot to tell, and that the Dead Space universe is wide open for story and gameplay. Is there anything about the Dead Space series you don't like or would change? I thought the game team did an awesome job. I'm not typically a huge fan of horror, but they did an amazing job at creating this suffocation feeling in space throughout the franchise. What do you think about social media? Is it worth the hype or does it fall flat? It's funny he asked him that based on the interview that we had. I recently got back on Instagram and created a website as a way for fans to contact, but I also think social media in general can be a big time suck. What else are you up to? I shot a movie this year and will be focusing primarily on TV and film in 2017, but I would love to do a little motion capture and voice work when a cool project comes my way. What would you say to Dead Space fans hoping for another sequel? And he responds, thank you all for supporting and playing through the Dead Space games. There is still a lot of current content to check out if you have only played the games. The book Martyr, there was an animated film, Dead Space Downfall, all great stuff. Once again, the article is in the description below if you want to check it out for yourself. My name is James of JKPRising. Dead Space 4, let's keep this movement going. Let's make sure our voices are heard and let's not stop every single day. Let's keep pushing this movement. If you like Dead Space 4, Dead Space, subscribe to JKPRising. BIOSHOCK, Halo 6, Halo, BIOSHOCK 4, subscribe to JKPRising. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked anything I had to say in this video or enjoyed anything that was in the video, please give the video a thumbs up. Dead Space 4, people, let's echo it into existence. Don't give up. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time.